It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Fire has caused extensive damage to a unit at Broadmeadow and a house at Bellbird overnight. Crews were called to Belford Street, Broadmeadow at 5:45 p.m, where fire destroyed one of 6 units above the Little French Cafe. No one was injured and all occupants were accounted for. The cause of the fire is not known at this stage. Meanwhile, a fibro and iron cottage on Tennant Street at Bellbird lies in ruins after fire ripped through the home just before 7 last night. Crews spent almost 3 hours at the property, returning at 4 this morning to extinguish a reignition. Newcastle Fire Command says all occupants were accounted for and no one was injured. Hazardous surf is expected along the Hunter coast from tomorrow as a low-pressure system whips up powerful swell. The storm is likely to generate wind gusts of up to 90 kilometres per hour, while big seas could cause significant beach erosion. Alex Barrell from New South Wales Maritime says those who have to be out on the water must remain vigilant.
The time to make sure you are wearing your life jacket when you're boating and just really stick to the conditions. Make sure you continually monitor them. Check in with your local marine rescue base, and as I said, if you don't need to be out, it's probably not a good time to go boating.
Lake Macquarie police are investigating an armed robbery at a Waii service station at the weekend. 2 men and a woman entered the store on Waii Road around 5 yesterday morning. The men, armed with knives, threatened the 26-year-old male attendant as the woman ran off. They escaped with cash and cigarettes and were last seen running towards a laneway off Munmora Street. Police say the attendant wasn't physically injured. Hunter residents are being urged to maintain social distancing and hygiene practices to avoid stepping back into lockdown like Victoria. Cessnock Council says locals have been successful so far in suppressing infection rates, but it would be catastrophic for businesses if an outbreak occurred. Mayor Bob Pinsent says the community needs to remain vigilant.
We've been going so well. A lot of tests, no positives, but we can't drop our guard. We need to support our businesses and everyone needs to take the necessary practices.
Plans have been released for a multi-million-dollar upgrade of the Bayswater Power Station near Muswellbrook. AGL says the upgrade will improve the management of coal ash, salt and water from the plant. It includes the expansion of the power station's coal ash dam, increasing storage capacity and increasing coal ash recycling production up to 1 million tonnes per year. AGL says the project will create up to 90 direct jobs during construction, while the additional coal ash recycling would also create job opportunities. Hunter nurses and midwives are set to be awarded at the New South Wales Health Excellence in Nursing and Midwifery Awards later this year. Patients, families and carers are also able to nominate their nurses for the Healing Hearts Award to recognise their exceptional work, especially during the coronavirus pandemic. Hunter New England Health Executive Director of Nursing and Midwifery, Elizabeth Grist, says COVID-19 put the awards on hold, but will now be broadcast live to New South Wales nurses across the state in November.
That I feel so strongly about the wonderful work that the nurses and midwives have done across the district that I really would appreciate and encourage people to get on that link and vote for a nurse or midwife and to show their support for nurses and midwives right across Hunter, New England.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights coach Adam O'Brien is satisfied with the team's defensive efforts despite losing 10-4 against the Parramatta Eels yesterday. At half-time, Newcastle were trailing 6-4 and held the majority of ball possession throughout the game but couldn't turn their opportunities into points. O'Brien says he'll work on the squad's attack over time, but his main priority is strengthening their defence.
It'll always be weighted towards the defence, but understand that we had enough ball to win that footy game, and I need to be able to allow that in our training. Stand by what I said. We need to be a good defensive team. Defence wins premierships.
In the NPL, the Edgeworth Eagles defeated last season's grand final winners Maitland 4-1 yesterday at Jack McLaughlin Oval. New Edgeworth coach Keelan Hamilton says the result was excellent, but the team still has areas left to tidy up. Lambton also secured a win yesterday, beating Lake Macquarie 1-0. And Newcastle City hit the road to kick off the rescheduled Black Diamond Cup season this coming weekend after AFL Hunter Central Coast confirmed first-round fixtures yesterday. And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 38, 22, 27, 26, 32 and 29, and the supplementaries are 30 and 42. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.